Hello, good morning. How are you? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I know it's been a little while. Nothing has really changed. I gotta be honest. Yeah. Still live out here. Well, no, it's been what, 6 or 7 years since I moved from there. Oh, it's 100% better. Yeah, I'm around my family. Yeah, I'm just loving it. It kind of like when I was even living in Hawaii, right? Like the minute one of my brothers left and I was just sitting there on an island alone, even though I had the nice beach and friends and everything like that, it was like, something's kind of missing. Yeah. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to kind of bring you into the conversation that a couple business partners are having right now. They're in the process of buying a business. And the reason why I think it would be important for you to get involved at this stage is because we want to avoid what you helped me avoid. Yeah, still to this day, I brag about you because you're the best attorney. Oh, by far. And you were just amazing then. And I just appreciated it. And I love you for it. And you saved me a lot of headaches. Yeah, so here's the story. So it's two business partners. They're both MDs, right? One is actually going to be the one putting up the money to buy the business, which is actually, it's a business, but it has 4 locations, 4 clinics, right? And the one that actually is putting up the money, he's going to stay working at his job to kind of support the business, while the other one quits his job in order to work in the business full time. Yeah. And so at first what I told him was this deal, you guys should structure it and negotiate it down to where both you guys can afford to actually work on the business together, And that was kind of the expectation. But the problem is that they're kind of dead set on their plans. Yeah, and they think it's a really good opportunity. So he just plans on working there for one year, filling out his contract, number one, but number two, kind of paying down a bunch of the debt. Yeah, so that's kind of their scenario. But they're two really nice guys, two really like ambitious people, but more importantly, they're really good friends right now. Oh yeah, I first met them, I want to say like 8 or 9 months ago on a consulting call. And it was both of them over Zoom, and the way they introduced themselves, they're like, oh yeah, we're friends, but this man is my friend, but he's more like my brother. I've known him for 6 years. Yeah. And so essentially the scenario is that I told them that they should both get their own individual attorneys so they can negotiate, but more than I do probably that the attorneys are going to have a lot of, I guess, clause in their contracts, right? Yeah. So I told them, I said, listen, you guys should both get your own attorneys, but at the end of the day, like really consider both of you guys are going to be getting advice on how to help one another and secure your assets, but also you guys are going to get advice on how to screw each other over. So just be careful. Yeah. And so the other problem is that one isn't married here. He actually has, I think, like two or three wives, right? Yeah. He has like 2 or 3 wives in Africa somewhere, and he's got them with ITNs that Eugene set up. Yeah. Dead serious. Oh, they're rocking it. They have like 16 properties or something like that. Yeah. With ITNs. Yeah. So he's pretty much good, solid set. The other guy, though, he's married. He does have a wife here in US with marriage license and no nuptial agreement. Yeah, no prenuptial agreement or anything like that. And so I told him, I said, be careful, because if for whatever reason this guy gets a divorce, like it's pretty much open season. Yeah, so if you can kind of give them that idea, or you can kind of review the contract with that expectation, that's kind of the more doomsday scenario, right? To where he gets a divorce and then you have attorneys crawling all over the business. And yeah, and then the other scenario is who gets left with the bill if the business doesn't work out, because they're going to be buying it with a SBA loan. Yeah, and with SBA loans, they're both expected to put up the collateral in their houses. So both of their primary homes are going to be tied up into it. 50-50. They came to me with that business agreement specifically. I didn't question it at all because that's what they agreed to amongst themselves. But yeah, if a guy's putting up most of the money or 100% of the money, that should kind of, reallocate the ownership a little bit, or at least he should be paid back first before they start taking distributions and profits, right? Yeah, I think something like that would be fair if you can kind of talk with them about it. No, I told them for this, something like rolling fees probably wouldn't be necessary. And who did I learn that from? I swear there is not one day that goes by that I do not learn or utilize a lesson that I learned back then and the consequences. And you taught me so much. The bar for attorneys in my life because of you are like so high, it's crazy. Oh yeah. Nobody can play the green like you either. No, I tell the story all the time. Yeah, to some people. They're like, what do you mean? Your lawyer was a woman and she golfed? I said, yeah, you walk into her office and there'd be 6 sets of golf clubs clubs? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I told them for everything it'd be 12,005. Yep, exactly. My biggest thing is like, I want them to expect the business to fail, kind of, and to have that expectation that they're still going to be friends after, regardless, and for it not to get like that, because their friends like are, you know, their friends and their families are all friends, and like going all the way back to Africa. Yeah, so that's kind of the lay of the land for them specifically, but I want them to really do good with this business. Not only for themselves, right, but down the road we can really help them scale. No, that's pretty much it. No, she'll get set up more on the sales side. So I'll have her, what I'll do is I'll have her contact you, and she can kind of tell her her role and everything. But she's going to be involved with them moving forward more so on the sales side. Yeah, and everything's going to be going through her. Yes, ma'am. Which batch? My first batch or my second batch? My first batch is doing good. Oh, I mean, I guess, I don't know, right? Yeah. My next batch I'm really excited about. Oh my God, it was like beyond anything, you know? It was like the perfect blessing at the perfect time when you're like, dang, all of a sudden you got more energy to keep going. Yeah, he's gonna be a huge blessing. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't have anything else, but if I can think of anything, I'll go ahead and let you know. Tell your husband I said hello. Tell everybody I said hello. Hope your kids are doing all well. Yeah. Well, when I saw them, remember, they were like 11 or 12 years old. Remember that? And so now they're already picking out colleges and stuff. That's crazy. I just found out one of the players that I used to coach when I was in high school. I used to coach Pee Wee football players. Yeah, right now he's like in the MMA and he's getting ready to hit the UFC. And it's like, what the heck? I swear, you were just like in Pee Wee football yesterday. Yep, you know, kids. Yep, it's fun. It's even more fun making them. Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be checking in soon. All right, thank you. So that woman used to be my attorney way back in the day. Yeah, and she saved me so much, honestly, like so much. Yeah, just talking with her actually brings me back to like a lot of those memories when I was like 22, 23 years old, you know, and my eyes were like, ooh, you know, and you're so scared of the traditional and conventional like ideas and wisdom about like failure and success, and oh my God, lawsuits, and oh my God, bankruptcies, and oh my God, you know, like you're just stuck with those generational, I would say those traditional fears, right? And then you get into business and it's like every other day somebody's threatening to sue you. Every other day, like you're facing like bankruptcy, and every other day, like this is just like a part of the game. And every single entrepreneur or somebody that's in business, it's like every 4 or 5 years, you're close to like losing something or losing it all. Yeah, dead serious. And that's why I keep telling you why the insurance and stuff is so important. Well, people would think, right? Like, oh my gosh, you know, like for example, no, that's working capital. Insurance, that's like the emergency fund, right? That's like, oh my gosh, Benjamin dies. Then you do what with it? Okay, thank you. Yeah. And then after that though, everything else is working capital. People will be like, oh my gosh, you have 300,000, 500,000 in the bank. You can afford this. It's like, no, that is working capital. Imagine you going to the job site with a hammer. That is a tool. Same thing with money, it's a tool. 300, 400,000 in the bank, return on investment like 5 or 6%. That's only $30,000 a year. Yet you want to spend it. Yeah, exactly. Like it's a different kind of perspective, right? Like wage earners, the way they think about money is like, oh, I'm going to take this money and then I can always take it and earn more of it next Friday. Imagine a construction worker working and getting paid with a hammer on a Friday. It doesn't coordinate, right? Whereas with this, it's like, hey, money is your tool. Oh yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that lady is awesome. She's great. So having her be a part of all this and kind of being like the overseer of the attorneys, like that's how we kind of positioned her in this kind of thing. It's like, all right, you have 2 attorneys who are going to represent 2 business partners. We're going to put her in charge of the attorneys and kind of negotiate all that stuff. Well, she's different. Like she's just honest. She's just brutally honest. Yeah. And I really appreciated that about her. And she had no Like, she could have taken every single advantage of me, like every single advantage of me back then, and I would have like trusted it. And she was the only one that would pull me to the side and she would say, Benjamin, I just want to let you know this, and this. And then 6 months later, after everything was all done, I remember calling her up and saying, you're not going to believe this. And she says, oh, I already knew in advance. And then I said, what about this, and this? She says, I would never let you sign an agreement like that. I said, oh my God, thank you. You know? Yeah. Yeah. So I want her to kind of babysit their lawyers a little bit and kind of hopefully rein them in to keep their friendship intact. Money comes and goes, but friendships, hopefully they'll stick around. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll be talking to you soon. I can't really think of